Hi guys, this is a MAC eyeshadow video, and it's not a hey, check out how many MAC eyeshadows I own kind of thing. This is more of a MAC starter kit eyeshadows. The ones that maybe if you didn't own any and you were just gonna buy a few, what ones I would recommend buying. Now, I have a lot, but the reason I can buy so many is because I'm not buying them in the pan form or the pot form like you're used to seeing in the store, where you get the little clamshell thing. I'm buying them in the pan form like this. So you're paying for this packaging. Now there's pluses and minuses of depotting, taking them out of the pot. For one thing, if you buy them in the pot and you bring back 6 empties, then you get a free lipstick or a free eyeshadow if you bring it to a pro store. For those of us around me, that's like Scottsdale Mall, I think there's one. But if you buy them in the pan, they're like $6 cheaper per eyeshadow, which is almost 50% less, I think, something like that. Or like 40% less that they cost if you buy them just like this, but you do forfeit your empties. So I'm not going to get any empty free lipsticks for buying these, but I buy other MAC products where I get the empties. Long story. But anyway, so there are a few options. You can buy a palette like this from MAC. And this one has 2 sides, and they are just magnetic, and the eyeshadows just fit in there. You can also buy ones that are a little cheaper that fit. They just have 1 side, and they're a little cheaper. I don't know, like a couple dollars. I think these were $8, something like that. Empty, and then you add eyeshadows to them. They also sell them at zpalettes.com, I think, and they might be a little cheaper. Makeup Geek sells them as well in their shop, makeupgeek.com. But another one that I've been really loving is e.l.f. Cosmetics. These are $1, and these eyeshadows that I was telling you about, the MAC ones, fit in there. Oh hey, there's my filming equipment. Anyway, the MAC eyeshadows fit in there, so I'm able to take like a full face if I'm going on a trip. These are $1. I think I paid 50 cents for them. Anyway, so here are my favorites. Now as you can see, I have like 6 highlight shades. Do I think you need all of them? No. I would say get 1, and then if you're like adventurous, get 2. If you want a nice matte one that doesn't have any shimmer in it, I might go with something like Brulee. This is a very safe color. It's like a light, like a vanilla shade. It's really hard to see. Do you see how light it is? And that's just gonna give you like a nice subtle highlight. But if you want something a little more bam, I would go with like MAC Shroom or Dazzle Light. Those have shimmer in them. So they're going to be a little bit more pop, maybe even nylon. But just get 1, maybe not, this is Shroom. And it has some really pretty, now look at the 2 next to each other. See how much more pigmented Shroom is? That's what I'm saying. It's like you need, if you just need 1 highlight, but if you want to go with boom, go ahead and get Dazzle Light, Shroom, or even nylon or mylar, I think it is. Anyway. So a couple of great lid colors that I've really been loving, and I think that it would be very universally flattering. Pick one of these. Would either be like Jest. Whoop, I'm gonna throw that around. Hopefully you got a good look at it. These have a little bit of shimmer. This is All That Glitters. This is one of their top sellers. I'm gonna just do a little swatch for you on my hand. It is like a peachy champagne color with a little bit of gold. And it looks good on most medium light skin tones. I can't imagine many people who it wouldn't look good on, honestly. Even if you have dark skin, you could use it at different, that's Just again. And I really like Naked Lunch as well. But like I said, you don't need all of those. Just get like 1 of them. I also really like Grain. This is like a very safe color. That's it next to it. So it's a very like pale peach color. Okay, so then you need a transition shade. Now for that, a lot of women like Saddle, Soft Brown, or Wedge. Even Cork. This is Wedge. It's just a nice, I would say Soft Brown, but that's the name of one of the other shades. So it's just a really nice base, like kind of just to what's the word I'm looking for? Buff out from the darker color. This is Saddle. This one's a little bit more orangey brown, a warmer color. So Wedge was right there, and this is Saddle. So it's just a little bit more orangey. And then Cork is another good one. It's a little warm, a little darker, but it's really good. So those would be my picks. So once again, if you want to play it safe for the highlight, I would go with Brulee or even like Blanc type. If you wanted to go shimmery, I would go with Shroom or Nylon. And then if you wanted Jest, Naked Lunch, All That Glitters are some really great lid colors. As transition shades, I would recommend Soft Brown, Cork, Wedge, Saddle, and then even Brown Script. Now Brown Script is a very warm brown, and I really like it though. Like, I think that those are two of the transition shades. I think that it's really pretty on a lot of skin types, and it's actually a good lid color if you have darker skin, these colors. And then, okay, then you need a color to darken up your crease. So something like Espresso, which is a really deep, dark brown. You can even go with something with a little bit of red or a little bit of purple, depending on what you're into. Usually you want to stay away from shimmery colors in the crease, especially if you have mature skin. This is M.A.C Handwritten. And that's a really pretty color. I'm going to put that right up against Espresso, and you'll see. So Espresso is right here, and that's Handwritten. They're very similar, but Handwritten has a little bit more red to it, a warmer color. And then, I mean, I have a lot of these dark colors to deepen up the crease. Smut is another great one. It's like a black almost with red. And then maybe get something like Carbon, which is a black to smoke out stuff. And then maybe get a couple of pops of color. Now, I know that I'm mentioning a lot of different colors and a lot of money, okay? So I would say you need like 6 shadows, which if you buy the pans would be $60. That would be a highlight shade, a transition color, a lid color, a crease color, and then like an outer V, really dark, defining, deepening color, and then perhaps like one that's for fun, like a pop of color. And that one's totally optional, of course, but so for me, my pop of color would be like a purple. I really like wearing purples on my eyes. I feel like they flatter me, but if you have green in your eyes, that's really, which I do, is really fun pop of color. Like you could also do like some of these that have a little bit more of a brighter color. I separated my palettes because I had like warm and cool tones, but pretty much this one tends to be always warm, always neutrals, always, it's my lighting, always your basic colors, and then this other one tends to be kind of cooler colors. But if you just wanted to own like 6 M.A.C shadows, you could buy something like these for $1. 4 of them fit in each. You could buy 2 and just have like your lighter colors and your darker colors, and you'd be done. These things would be about $2 for 2 of them. Good to go. So that's my idea on a M.A.C starter kit for eyeshadows, just to give you a few ideas. If you tend to like really bright, shimmery colors, there are tons. Go to M.A.C and ask them, or just look online and take a risk. There are lots of glittery colors. This is Pink Venus. See how pretty that is? I mean, not super duper pigmented, but you're gonna get your money's worth. You know, there's a lot of silvers and purples, and it really just depends on what you're into for your pop of color. But have some fun, spend a little money, but you'll really enjoy it. And if you buy the regular pots, there is a way to depot these. So if you decide later to buy a palette, you can actually melt the plastic. I know it sounds crazy, and they still take the empty container back, but you can melt the plastic and get the pan out to put it on a palette later, which is what I'm going to do with this. And I think I'm going to do a video on how to depot these, because I know that it's not exactly common sense. You're like, what? Melt the plastic on a straightening iron? Huh? So anyway, those are my ideas on some great starter shadows from M.A.C, and this kind of goes for any brand. But once again, let's review it. You need a highlight shade, a transition shade, a lid shade, a crease color, an outer V color, and maybe one for a pop of color. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook, and let me know if you have any other favorite M.A.C shadows I didn't mention, because those are the ones that made my top 6, but maybe you have a bunch that you love that I need to try. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.